Good morning, students. Today's January 17th, 2017. We're going to speak to you guys for a few minutes today. Before we get into our new learning, I want to remind you guys of what we talked about last week. Some of our goals for 2017. Really want to focus, guys, on controlling the inputs in your life. Think about the things you can control and how you can better your current situation. Dream big. Don't allow anything to hold you back. Think about your attitude. We want to have a positive attitude that allows us to think big and make our future dreams a reality. Through your mentality, I need you to be tenacious in your mentality that nothing's going to hold you back. Nothing's going to stop you from being the person you want to be, the student you're capable of being, and your mindset. It's very important that we have a growth mindset, that we can improve every day. We can get smarter. We can get better. We can get stronger. We can always work on improving ourselves, and that doesn't go for students. These inputs speaks to teachers and principals and everyone down from food service to the front office and everyone involved here at Fulton High School. We talked last week about losing the loser label. Whatever the world has deemed on you as your label, rip that thing off and have a winning attitude and put a winning label on you. Don't let other people define you. You define yourself, and then focus on loving one another. So much of our society rips us apart, tears us down. Let's build each other up. Don't tear each other down. Be each other's biggest cheerleaders, and together we can achieve great things. Today, we're going to focus on three different behavior consequences that we're going to get started up here in the next few days. They are ISS, RLC, and lunch detention, and we'll talk about each of those individually. First off, ISS is something we're used to having, in-school suspension. We're going to revamp it a little bit and change some of the nuances of it. The purpose of ISS is a consequence for unwanted behavior. When we have behavior that we don't necessarily want to have at Fulton, one way we hold you accountable for that is through ISS. We're changing ISS so it's only a one-block period of time. You cannot be assigned a full day of ISS any longer at this point, only for one block. So how you get placed in the ISS is either you're removed from class, something's going on, the teacher needs you to be removed, and before the administrator can really deal with you, we may put you in ISS. You can be put in ISS based on a tardy sweep, or you're assigned a day of a block of ISS by an administrator. ISS will continue to be in room 413, and Miss Landsman is still heading that up for us there. Now, what's new is that used to be you'd have your period of ISS and or your day, and you'd go, and when the day was up, you'd be done. What was happening there was a lot of kids were just kind of self-reporting to ISS. They didn't want to go to a particular class, so they would just go to ISS, hang out there for a block, and then go on in the next class if they want to. Or they'd let themselves get swept, so the tardy sweep would carry them to ISS, and they'd chill there for an hour and a half or so and move on to the next class. We're trying to prevent that from happening where we don't want kids in ISS. We want kids in classes earning credits and learning the material so they can be successful in their future endeavors. So we're kind of revamping that structure that if you get placed in ISS, you get to earn your way out of ISS. It's no longer you're there for 90 minutes and you're done, or you're there for a day and you're done. You've got to earn your way out. And you earn points for positive behavior. When you come in to ISS, Ms. Landsman will go over the expectations, the things you can and can't do there. One of those is around dress code. It's very common for kids to go to ISS and not be in professional attire. That's not going to happen any longer. We're not going to allow any hoodies in ISS. And if you choose to wear a hoodie in ISS, then you're not going to earn those points for following the expectations. And all three of these structures, we're going to take cell phones and lock them up in a lockbox, so you're not tempted to be on your phone and get and violate that expectation. So we're going to lock everybody's cell phone up, and you can get them back when your block by ISS is over. The other way you earn points is completing an IXL pathway. You're not going to sit in ISS and just sit there for 90 minutes. You're going to do something productive to push your academics and to further your education. And the way we're going to do that in ISS is through completing an IXL pathway. If you reach a certain threshold of points, you'll earn those positive behavior points. And if you don't, then you won't earn those points. And then the third thing you have to do is complete a reflection form. And there's a series of questions. This is similar to what that has been going on. There's a series of questions there that makes you reflect about the behavior that got you in ISS and how it's impacting you and your education. And then also, what are some things we need to know about you that help us better create an environment for you to be successful? If you fail, you can earn a total of 6 points: 2 points for expectations, 2 points for IXL, 2 points for uh, the reflection. If you earn 5 out of 6 and you've completed ISS, and you're good to go. If you earn less than 5 points, okay, that period of ISS now turns to a day of RLC. So what we want is you to get your 5 or 6 points, be done with ISS, and go on back to class. However, if you don't meet that threshold, you're going to be assigned a day of RLC. So if you go to ISS, keep on your hoodie, you're going to lose a point or two there. Don't do your reflection, you're going to lose a point or two there. And now you're going to end up escalating from ISS to RLC. Now, RLC is a brand new deal for us. It's RLC stands for Restorative Learning Center. And the purpose of that, again, is a consequence for unwanted behavior. When you violate some school policies, you may be assigned to RLC. We really want to eliminate the number of kids being suspended. We know we're keen to eliminate suspension altogether, but we're going to reduce that number by creating RLC. Okay? So things that you may have gotten suspended for before, you may be assigned to RLC instead. So let's say 2 students decide they want to cuss at each other rather than getting suspended, we may put you in an RLC. So you can get there by being referred, assigned by administrator based on a referral, or if you don't complete your ISS, then you end up with a day of RLC. That's going to be in room 110 on the first floor. It had served as a learning center earlier last semester. Before that, it was an ELL classroom. Before that, it was a Spanish classroom. But it's down there on the first floor with Skill Pro. Mr. Howell is going to be working in that capacity. Mr. Howell, you may know him from, he's an assistant girls basketball coach. He was he's a PE teacher by trade, so he's up in the gym last semester completing his internship. And before that, he was in our learning center. So he's been around a little bit. He knows all the tricks you guys can pull, so you're not going to pull anything over on Mr. Howell there. So what's different about RLC, it's a day-long experience. You're going to be there all day. You're not going to come in and out of RLC like we had in ISS, kids coming in and out all day. We've cut that down. If you're there for a block, you're in ISS. A full day, you're in RLC. And so there's a schedule that you'll work through there. That includes you'll have time throughout the day to work on your coursework from your teachers. So if you are in English 3 with Miss Nelson, she'll have an assignment for you in RLC to work on. And each class, you should have at least an hour of work from each class. You're still going to be getting your academic piece there. Then you're going to have a behavioral lesson. Mr. Howell's going to have a different lesson every day through it's a curriculum called Why Try, and it's about how your decisions impact you and the changes you can make to better your future. We're going to have a restorative circle there each day, and you may have been a part of these before with when you have an issue with another student, or a lot of folks do restorative circles just in their classrooms to start the day. So we're going to do one of those each day, kind of looking again about, we'll have a different topic that the circle's going to be on, about how your behavior impacts your education, maybe your parents, maybe the school as a whole. And then again, that same reflection form, you'll have time to work on that towards the end of the day. And then we'll take those reflections we get back, and some of our behavior support people, Mr. Neganank and Ms. Fry, will look through those and see what kind of information we can glean from those. And if there's something pops up that, hey, this kid's telling us something here, we're going to get that to your counselor to try and intervene and support you in that experience. Similar to ISS, you can earn points throughout the day for positive behavior in RLC. One thing that's different than ISS, you're not going to have any chance for cell phones in ISS, but if you're doing well in RLC, if you're earning enough points there in the morning session, you can have your phone during lunch. We recognize that cell phones are a big deal. I know if I didn't have mine for the day, I'd probably go into convulsions as well from wanting to get back on that thing. So we want to create this RLC where it's a chance for you to be successful rather than sitting being quiet for 7.5 hours a day. No one can do that. So the old ISS was somewhat